Good morning and thank you for tuning in. This is Walter Mithkite reporting for GNN, the Gielinor News Network. If you have no clue what folks are talking about in regards to the clue scrolls this week, you have tuned in to the right broadcast. Many adventurers woke up this morning to a collection log notification on their comm orb for new items, scroll cases. Those of you at home that have been paying attention to the clue scroll industry will know that Yuri and Watson have been hard at work lobbying the Justice Administration and Governors of Exchange, also known as JAGX, to implement what they are calling scroll boxes. It seems they have been successful, because as of this morning, adventurers are reporting that they are indeed getting scroll boxes in the place of clue scrolls they would normally get. From there, things start to get a little complicated with the scroll cases, so we thought it would be best if Yuri and Watson would describe exactly how those work. Yuri, thank you for joining us this morning. Can you tell our viewers how these scroll cases work?
The sudden appearance of a deaf squirrel is most puzzling, comrade.
Right. I don't think you heard me clearly. Watson, can you tell our viewers how these scroll cases work?
Sure I can, but let's back up a little bit. Over a year ago, Yuri here had increased the time on the self-destruct spells that he places on the clue scrolls that he hides around Gielinor.
A great captain is always ready to change course.
But then, a few months ago, JAGX must have decided they didn't like, despite that change being around a year old by that point. They said it had something to do with the ease of use and the integrity of clue scrolls. But the treasure hunters our lobbying group represents started drafting letters to us in the JAGX that this change was not a popular one. Instead of making an integrity change, the JAGX caved and gave us the green light to let adventurers carry a stack of clue scrolls. For now, this is only 5, but if we can have JAGX let adventurers keep hundreds of clue scrolls on the ground, we know that we will be able to let adventurers keep dozens of clue scrolls in their bags eventually.
Wait, so what's changed?
Sorry, to recap, clue scrolls can be dropped and lost on the ground for up to 1 hour. Many adventurers will pick up clue scrolls and redrop it to refresh this time. This is known as juggling. You do this enough with enough clue scrolls and you can have hundreds of clue scrolls on the ground if you want. For these adventurers, nothing is changing today outside of them getting a couple collection log slots filled. For everyone else, they can stack clue scrolls without littering the ground. Good thing, too, as we think the master crafter at the crafting guild was lobbying JAGX, and that he is the reason JAGX proposed reverting Yuri's changes in the first place.
I heard the tall man fears only strong winds.
If folks want to stack more than 2 scroll boxes of any particular tier, they can complete a certain number of clue scrolls for a minor scroll case, and even more past that for a major scroll case. Each scroll case gives adventurers the ability to carry 1 more scroll box. Adventurers lucky enough to slay the mimic will find that the scroll case awarded for defeating it increases the carry capacity of scroll boxes across every tier of clue scroll. This means that adventurers can carry up to 5 scroll boxes if they slay the mimic and get the minor and major scroll cases for that tier.
It is possible to commit no mistakes and still lose.
Yuri, how could I have forgotten? Oh, yes, to unlock scroll boxes, players must complete the X marks the spot quest from Veils. He has diligently served as our clue scroll tutor for years, so it seems only right to rope him into the changes we are making. Do you have any questions regarding the changes, Walter?
No, I think you guys did a great job explaining the changes that adventurers are experiencing this morning. Yuri, Watson, please enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you for your time this morning. As for our GNN viewers, we will return after a word from our producer, Weave.
Hey there, folks. Not too much to update you on. I've been taking a break from adventuring recently after the Inferno grind. Playing games on my comm orb has been my #1 way to pass the time recently. The current game I'm playing is Fallout London. I have some other games in my backlog to beat before the Varlamore Tourist Bureau lets us adventure into the area west of the Hailstorm Mountains, and especially before the Sailing Authority lets us set sail in the fall. Here's to hoping that I can make it through that backlog. I keep telling myself I'll take a break from adventuring, but adventuring in Gielinor is simply too fun. In any case, I wanted to thank all of you that are tuning into the broadcast. Your comments help me make this broadcast better, and those that like and subscribe to this broadcast are helping Gielinorians get access to quality news. back to you at the desk, Walter.
Thanks, Weave. In other news, the Dark Wizards outside of Varrock have claimed another life, as the new adventurers from, wow, I can't believe it's not Gielinor Adventurer School, this is oftentimes shortened to WoW, have graduated and are now starting their adventure. The adventurer known as Soda Poppin has had a hard time acclimating to Gielinor. He was the first to fall to the Dark Wizards. We believe that the other adventurers from WoW have grown strong enough that the wizards should not be a threat. As a matter of fact, one adventurer, Guzu, may have become famous at the school for falling down a well, but he seems to be the WoW graduate showing the most promise, recently competing Monkey Madness and equipping a dragon scimitar. Our broadcast will most likely not follow them past this segment, but we wish to welcome them to the wonderful world of Gielinor. Weave, our producer, followed them throughout their time at WoW and plans to keep up with their adventure. The following segment is a trailer for a potential new show on the Weave's World Network, Man vs. Wild with Cher Grills.
I'm Cher Grills, and I'm going to show you what it takes to get out alive of one of the most dangerous places in Gielinor. I've got to make it through a series of challenges in the sort of places you wouldn't last a day without the right survival skills. Now I'm in the jungles of Karazi, tangling with some of the most inhospitable terrain in Gielinor. A constant battle with nature's wild side where one slip could cost you your hardcore status. When every animal wants a piece of you, look, a deathwing! And you've got to get them before they get you. I'm pitting my wits against nature and show you what you need to do to survive one of the toughest environments known to man.
That show sounds quite exciting. Please let us know if we should greenlight the concept in that trailer. In other news, it seems our crew was correct when they assumed that Weave would have no recollection of his time sailing over the weekend, as he just admitted the only thing he's been doing is playing games on his comm-orb. As we move into this next section, viewer discretion is advised. The Sailing Authority temporarily opened up the seas to adventurers last week. When Weave hits the water, we regret to inform you that he turns into what he refers to as Captain Weave, after what I believe to be enough of a warning. Here is his on-the-ground coverage.
Arr, mateys, another chance to be sailing the seas of Gielinor before the Sailing Authority lets us have full access this fall. Before I get into me coverage, I wanted to thank Travag Games for lending me some B-roll. I lost me footage when I dropped me comm orb in the water, so his footage is what you're seeing now. Overall, I be pretty happy with the mechanics of sailing. The movement is different enough to open up new ways of adventuring, but familiar enough to make me feel like I'm still here on Gielinor. The Sailing Authority wanted to see how us landlubbers could handle naval combat and captaining the new crew on a ship. Frankly, sailing before having a crew is quite lame, as you have to load cargo yourself and swap between the facilities on your ship. But I loved having something to look forward to. I really hope that the crew in the future have special abilities as you become a more experienced sailor, instead of just stats going up. But who am I kidding? Number going up is why I adventure in the first place. And as for combat, I like that I had more directions to move compared to combat on the ground, and that I could either sit still and repair me boat for a relaxed combat method, or set sail and kite the monster to kill it without taking any damage. I cannot wait until the Sailing Authority lets us fully set sail this fall, so we can see what it really be like to be a sailor. So long, mateys.
Another thanks to Travag Games for sharing that footage we used as B-roll. With that segment coming to an end, and me cringing on Wee's behalf, our broadcast comes to an end as well. Please let us know if we should greenlight the concept in that trailer. Thank you for tuning in. This has been Walter Mithkite for GNN, signing off.